Small tribes on the plains of Eastern Europe, how to become the largest country in the world. In this video, we will get to know this pang, the history of the great and powerful Russian Empire, how it grew to such a huge scale, and how it ends. After the Northern War defeated Sweden in 1721, Peter I of Russia was named emperor, and Russian Tsars transformed into the Russian Empire. Its capital is St. Petersburg. At that time, Russia's territory was already very vast, north from the Arctic Ocean, south to present-day Kazakhstan, Mongolia, and China, west to present-day Poland, Ukraine, and other countries, East Pacific, and it would expand further thereafter. In 1728, an expedition led by Vitus Bering crossed the Bering Strait, now named after him, traveled further east to explore new areas, but land could not be found due to farming. In 1730, Peter I's niece, Anna, became queen. Anna wanted to take the Black Sea outlet. Crimea must be defeated for this, and South Korea and its powerful ally, the Ottoman Empire. After the battles of the 1730s, the Russian Empire was defeated by the Ottoman Empire, exiting the area, but kept the city of Asso and successfully obtained the Black Sea estuary. In 1732, the Surveyor Peninsula was conquered by Russia. Vitus Bering, 1741, led the expedition east to Den, arriving on the coast of Alaska, and discovered the Aleutian Islands. In 1762, after the accession of Queen Catherine II, extensive administrative reforms were introduced. The Russian Empire entered a massive modernization process, and strength was further enhanced. It became one of the major European powers at the end of the 18th century. Late 18th century, the Poland-Lithuania Commonwealth falls into recession, followed by 3 partitions of Poland: territory by the Kingdom of Prussia, partition of the Austrian Empire, and the Russian Empire. When the Russian Empire swallowed the first partition in 1772 and its share of the territory. In 1778, the territory of the present-day Chuka Autonomous Region was incorporated into Russia. In 1783, the Russian Empire annexed Crimea, South Korea, completely consolidated the long-awaited Black Sea outlet, and built the local port of Sevastopol. In 1784, the Russian Grigory Shelekhov established Alaska on Kodiak Island, the first European settlement. In 1792, further expansion of the Russian Empire along the coast of the Black Sea established the port of Odessa. In 1793, the second partition of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, Russia annexes part of Poland, and the third partition, in 1795, the rest of Poland was annexed. In 1801, Russia advanced into the Caucasus and gradually conquered the area. 1808 to 1809, war broke out between Russia and Sweden, eventually annexing the eastern territories of Sweden, making it the Grand Duchy of Finland and becoming part of the Russian Empire. Early 19th century, Yakub Sannikov and the survey expedition led by Matvei Geta explored the Novosibirsk Islands. During the Napoleonic Wars in 1812, the French invasion of Russia. The battle was called the Battle of Russia by the French, known by the Russians as the Great Patriotic War of 1812. The invasion was a turning point in the Napoleonic Wars. French and Allied forces damaged, French hegemony in Europe greatly weakened. More than 500,000 French advanced into Western Russia. During the Battle of Smolensk on August 16 to 18, 175,000 French defeated 130,000 Russians, but the Russian army successfully prevented the French army from advancing towards the capital, St. Petersburg. The French had to turn to Moscow, led by Napoleon himself. During the battle, the Russian army adopted a scorched earth policy, burning all supplies along the way, making it impossible for the enemy to get supplies. On September 14th, Napoleon entered Moscow, but by this time, the Russians had burned the city and evacuated. In October, after failing to achieve a clear victory, Napoleon began a hasty retreat from Moscow. Tired after that, the starving French had to face supplies. Plenty of Russian troops forced to retreat from the ruins. Russia's harsh winter further hit the French, causing a large number of casualties. When French troops withdrew from Russian territory in November, about 650,000 people who first invaded, only 27,000 returned. The Congress of Vienna in 1815 established the Congress, and Poland joined the Russian Empire through constitution. In 1825, the Treaty of St. Petersburg delineated the Russian Empire borders with the British Empire in North America. In 1831, Poland lost its independence, becoming a puppet state of the Russian Empire. In 1832, the survey of Novaya Zemlya was completed and exploration of the area began. In 1847, the Russian Empire conquered the Cossacks of Central Asia. Since the 1850s, Russian colonists started building a coal mine on Koye Island, but Japan claimed sovereignty over the island. After the signing of the treaty in the summer of 1855, the Russian Empire and Japan agreed that Kurano Island was inhabited by two countries. In 1858, Russia used the Second Crow, the weakness of the Qing government after the war, forcing the Qing government to sign the Aihui Treaty, ceding the left bank of Heiliangshan, about 600,000 square kilometers of territory. After the Beijing Treaty of 1860, the Russian Empire gained south of the Heiliangshan River, territories along the coast of the Sea of Japan, and in the same year the port of Vladivostok was established. In 1866, the territory of the Russian Empire reached its maximum size, about 22.8 million square kilometers. From 1853 to 1856, the Crimean War broke out, severely weakening Russia's economy. Secretary of State William Seward took the opportunity to propose the purchase of Alaska, as the area had proven to be meager and gradually became a burden on the Russian Empire. The two sides finally reached a deal on March 30, 1867, when the United States bought Alaska for $7.2 million. In the same year, Poland was directly incorporated and the Russian Empire became a province. In 1873, Russia took control of Siva, Korea, and the Karakopak tribe. After the signing of the Treaty of St. Petersburg in 1875, Japan took part of Koye Island to the Russian Empire. In 1876, the Russian Empire annexed vast Korea, and the territory covers parts of today's Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. In 1881, the whole territory of present-day Turkmenistan and the remaining territories of Kyrgyzstan were incorporated into the Russian Empire. In 1913, the Northern Emperor Islands were first discovered, and the Russian flag was raised here. At the beginning of the First World War in 1914, the main force of the German army was concentrated on the Western Front. The Russian Empire took the opportunity to invade East Prussia and occupy part of the territory, but was repelled by the Germans at the Battle of Tannenberg. The following year, the German-Austrian coalition began to advance eastward, and the Russian Empire lost Galicia and Poland. The Russian Empire suffered in the First World War, hit hard with many resources poured into armaments and heavy casualties. At the same time, the vast number of workers and peasants worked hard but had meager income. Additionally, the autocratic rule of Nicholas II caused public dissatisfaction, with people calling for more democratic leadership. The situation sparked several popular uprisings. On March 15, 1917, Nicholas II was overthrown by the combined forces of the bourgeoisie and socialist forces, beginning the prelude to the Russian Revolution of 1917. Nicholas II was replaced by the Provisional Government, marking the end of the Russian Empire.